Hello and welcome, my lovely earth signs. This will be your reading from the 13th to the end of the month. This will be your short, so this will be for Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo, or anyone whose moon or Venus falls into these, or if you have perhaps a lot of your sign in any of these earth signs, or any cross watchers watching. This is going from a dark moon period, so that would be, we've just had our new moon, so that means new starts, new beginnings. So there's probably been a lot of turmoil, upheaval, new beginnings, a lot of introspection happening for a lot of you. So if that's happening for you, that's a good time just to sit back, take time out and make sure that you have enough of what you need in your life. But what we're going to do is we're going to do some oracle cards and some tarot cards, and you can jump ahead to your timestamps, so for Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo. And please, if you haven't already subscribed, you could go ahead and do that. I'd be very grateful, but really just thank you for joining me, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Okay, this is for Taurus. We're just going to get some oracle cards to get you going, and we have the red shoes, obsession. So this is a very interesting time, especially a lot of contemplation coming out of the new moon that we've just had. So we're going to pull many paths. Just pulled that. We're going to get another one from this oracle deck, and it's the stormy, there's two, the stormy mirror and water. Okay, so a lot of emotions there. Okay, so we're just going to start off with those two. So the red shoes is telling me that a lot of you have probably had some issues, maybe with partnerships or fellow workmates or things. A lot of turmoil is going on. I feel some arguments have going on. I feel a lot of jealousy. I feel there's been jealousy around other people watching what other people are doing, what other people have, and instead of focusing on what they have, focusing on what other people have. And I feel like you've been a little bit introspective and trying a little bit pulling away from all this. There's been feuds, there've been things going on that you sort of are really pulling back from, because it's just like, I feel like you got overwhelmed with Christmas and family, and you tried to make everything very special for everyone. And that being done, it was sort of like your turn, and then all this, these people are just still sort of bombarding you. And I feel like you feel pulled in different directions. And this one is our Many Paths card. And I feel like everyone is sort of reaching out for you, but I feel like your intuition has been sort of kicked in of late, and I feel like this has really started to pull on you and really sort of pulled you back into the line of what you really wanted to do and the path you were meant to be on. And I feel like a lot of you have strayed off that path, and you're really sort of looking within. And this is the smoky mirror, and it's about looking a spiritual connection and really tapping back into that spirituality. And I feel like some of you have been actually quite scared of that, and maybe have people around you that are quite spiritual, and then some of you have people that are very anti-spiritual, so you're very much pulled in either direction. So I feel like you are still sort of making up your mind of which path you should take, and which one you should, what would make you happy, and if there's a way to, sorry about the plane, my lovely Tauruses, but they're just saying, the way to enlightenment is to actually work on yourself and to actually investigate, what's making you happy. And I feel like you did this once, and this is something that you'd like to do again. And they're just saying, when do I have the time? And this is And I actually feel this is about a connection with water with you as well. And I feel like many of you actually have been getting out and getting some water connections, and have been either connecting with water, or even, you know, taking that time out to have that shower and have that moment to yourself in the bathroom where you just cleanse yourself with that water, or even, you know, have a walk and get some sea spray on your face, or, you know, plunge into that icy river, or whatever it is. But you have been, and that's actually been clearing your emotions. I feel that swirling around, that you've actually been clearing some of that toxic emotions that have been going on. So I feel like for the next 2 weeks that they're asking me to tell you that this is a little bit of standing up for yourself. And there we go. Yep. And we got to go wonderful, and that one wonderful. Yep. Okay. So as you see, this is pulling the Lovers, and I feel like this is about working on yourself, but your inner relationships, and asking and sort of working on them, and the commentary of the relationship I'm getting, which is a bit of a strong word, a strange word for me, but it's sort of like, have you been speaking the language of love, and does your partner, or does the person that you're connecting with, because I feel like some of you have just found new connections, and some of you have been in long-term relationships, but I feel like there's a miscommunication with this connection, and I feel like you're not speaking the same love language, and so they misunderstand, and there's misunderstandings with this. So they're just saying, find out what the other person's love language is, and make sure that you're speaking it, and they know what yours is. So I hope that makes sense to you. There's also a this is the Three of Chalices. So this is telling me that there's a lot of emotions. There might even be some jealousies around the love life, and not knowing where you stand. I feel like there's but I don't feel like that's necessarily coming from the other person, but more coming from the miscommunications at this point. I feel like there's been you know, in your past, you've had mistrust put upon you, so you just have to make sure that you're not actually being triggered by past, and actually just looking at present, and that you're okay with your communication level. So that it's just about communication and making sure that you're not bringing outside influences into your relationships and they're triggering you, because I just feel triggered because I feel overwhelmed. And so that's what the Hermit's about. It's about self-reflection. So they're just saying, if you're overwhelmed, make sure you know, take your time, just breathe. I'm getting breathe a lot. So, you know, take your water, take your time in the bathroom, take your time in nature. And for you Tauruses, it's really important that you do take that time in nature if you can. So if it's cold outside, you know, even if you're sitting inside and watching out for the snow, and if it's hot like it is here, which is, it's very hot, you know, go outside and splash in the water, and you know, feel that beautiful breeze in your hair. So whatever it is, just make sure that you have time for self-reflection, and you have time to breathe and really calm down, and then look at it from the other person's perspective as well, that perhaps you're not seeing it, you know, perhaps you're taking other people's energies on because you're quite sensitive and you're quite an empath, and you want to fix everything for everyone. So just make sure that you're not doing that. So yeah, they're just saying in the next couple of weeks, you know, just take time for yourself, take time out, because there is some craziness around you. Don't get involved. Don't think you have to fix everything, and just work on your communication, because this is a great time to you know, work on that romance. It's just like you can, you know, start again this year, and, you know, if there's been misunderstandings, you know, you can fix them, and that's a really good place to start. So anyway, that's for the next 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll see you again soon, and thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe if you can. I'd be very grateful, and have a lovely next 2 weeks. Thanks again, Taurus. Hello and welcome, my beautiful Capricorns. we're going to start off with some oracle cards and then confirm with your tarot deck, and this will be for the next 2 weeks. So we've just started from the new moon, and that was a dark moon. So we've had a lot of world turmoil, probably a lot of environmental turmoil, and so you've probably come across a lot of tumultuous relationships or emotions coming up for you, as well as we've got Rapunzel here for you. So if you've been working through some issues, had emotions just pop up unexpectedly, that's probably not as unexpected as you think. Probably a little bit of confusion, maybe some emotions and some triggers that you thought you'd already got rid of might have come up, but remember, this is just new beginnings and we're going to start again. So just new cycles. So let's be prepared for anything. Okay, and we want this one. Okay, that was lightning. So that's great. And we've got the wild woman. And they said one more. Nope. One, yep. And the heart of the sky. Wonderful. Okay, I'm just going to leave it with those ones at the moment. Saying, okay, so Rapunzel liberation, and okay, this is great. So for many of you, I feel this is a time of freeing yourself, and I feel like you've done a lot of work, and it's about freeing yourself from past attachments and past relationships. And I feel like you have come into this new year just going, okay, I'm going to leave all that behind. And I feel like some of you have come into new relationships and you're coming in with, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and some of you are ready to start new relationships. And I feel really positive around you at the moment. I feel a lot of really positive energy. I'm getting a lot of strength, and I feel that there's a lot of there was a lot of soul work done in getting yourself strengthened from within, and I feel like that took a lot of work. I feel like there was a lot of anxiety and things of last year, and I feel like you did a lot of work on yourself to really confront a lot of issues you were having, and I feel like you're just strengthening yourself day by day, and I feel like it's they're saying step by step, day by day, and you're putting one foot in front of the other. I feel like some of you feel like you've you've made great strides, and some of you, they're saying, may not feel like you're getting quite there yet, but you're on your way. I feel like there's work being done, and I feel all this gold is and they're saying, the pyrite gold, that you're seizing your future, and I feel there's a lot of goals being sought after and manifested, and I feel like it's not just love, it's career, and it's spiritual enlightenment, and there's a lot of things that you've been going after. And I know when Capricorns want something, they really go for it, and so I feel like you've been really working hard, and I'm getting lightning, and I feel like this is actually telling me that it's like you've enlightened your intuition, and it's just like you're sparking all over the place, and your intuition is hitting, and it's just like, oh, I'm having another great idea, and oh, I think such and such wanted me to call them. I'm going to bring them up, and oh yes, I wanted to catch up with that person, and they've just turned up, and these things are just popping up and popping up more frequently, and the ideas are coming, and I feel like they're every time you're putting something out there, it's coming to fruition, and it's coming true. And the more you believe in yourself, and this strength of character, and this beautiful confidence in oneself is coming through, and it's just like, okay, I've got this, I've grown this energy inside myself, and I'm I see myself, and I feel like you've freed your spirit in a way. I feel like that I know it says the wild woman, but it can be male or female, but I feel this spirit within myself that I finally let go and just gone, this is who I am. People will just have to accept me as me, and people are loving it. I feel like you're just getting complimented, and people are just being attracted left, right and centre. Some may be a little strange, and some of the compliments I feel if you've had a really strange compliment, this is definitely your reading, but in a really kind way. People are feeling very kind towards you because they just see this bright, shiny energy, and they just go, oh, there's something about you, you've changed, and you just seem happy, or you just seem more motivated, or there's just something about you now that I'm feeling a pull. And I still get a lot of confusion around you because people still don't know how to quite interpret you or take you, because I feel like you, my Capricorns, have many layers, and you get a lot of confusion around you because you're not just you have many depths to your personality, and so when someone just tries to pigeonhole you or box you in one spot, they get a bit shocked because they're like, oh, hold on, you like that as well, and oh, I never expected that from you, or it's something that you're a surprising character, my Capricorn. So and you've embraced that, and you, instead of hiding it from people and just showing them what you think they want to see, you've just gone off and just let it hang out and just gone, oh, I'm gonna wear my slippers in public if I need to, or I'm going to, I'm just gonna open the door with my hair looking a mess, or whatever it is that you just go, oh, it doesn't matter, because that's just who I am, and you just accept me or you don't, and people just go, oh, love it. So we've got the Heart of the Sky here, and with Heart of the Sky, I'm just getting this. I'm just looking at this third eye, and then these eye connection. I feel like you are just staring into people's souls, and you're really making this this connection with people where, I'd say be careful as well, because I feel like you do read people, you read them very well. It can scare people, and it can, because you are very intuitive, but they also will drain you, because I feel like you give a lot of yourself. So, just be careful that you know how to cloak your energy and just help them as much as they need to be helped, but remember, they must help themselves. So you can give them the information, but they must heal themselves, if that makes sense to you. That's what they're giving me, and I really am getting that there's been a lot of emotional inner work, shadow work, where you've found the stars in your sky, and that's what they're sort of saying, that you have found the inner brilliance in your dark shadow work that you've been doing. So you've actually been looking at what makes you tick, and what made those fears and anxieties that you were working on, and you found the bright spark, you found the lesson that was behind those. So let's just look at what's coming up for the next, that's what you're going to use these ones. So they want to know, going to ask what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Whoa, okay. 4. Now this can mean, it says the universe brings all I need to feel blissful. So this is usually about partnerships, and so I feel like some of you are getting people, especially with work connections, and not so much here. This is more for me that I'm getting work connections where people are getting attracted to you with ideas and help motivate you and move you towards new endeavours, or people that will lift you up in the field that you're already in, and give you inspiration to head you forward. They said this is I go forward with confidence. This is the character. This is the Chariot. Sorry, the Chariot this is moving fast. This is moving quick. This is a divine. I'm just getting the crystal. They're saying, you're divinely moving forward. This is meant to be, and this is your time. And I feel like this energy in this season is for Capricorn. This is going to be, your time to shine. So, look at the people that are coming in. There's people that are there to help lead you forward. So make sure you pay attention to those connections. And we've got the Knight of Cups. I know the right person. Wait until I am ready. And I feel like the ones that are still waiting for their person, it's just because you're both not ready yet, and it's about your emotions have to be a little bit more calm and stable. And I feel like you've been working so hard on yourself, and you still need to have a little bit of fun, but you're still very much doing your spiritual and business work, and I feel like the people that you're waiting for are definitely doing more emotional work as well as financial work. So if that resonates for you. And then this one is, I calmly make the best possible decision. So this is about finances. They're saying you're very you're very practical most of the time when it comes to money, and then you just go off and on a tangent and go, we'll just throw a party, or we'll just do this. So they just said make sure that when you are spending your money, you're doing it in a calm way and not a party way, if that makes sense to you. And then we've got my intuition guides me to the right decision, the moon. And this is really just saying that, take time out, make sure that, the energy that surrounds you at the moment is very fast-paced, very hyper energy. So, you'll be getting a lot of confused, mixed emotions. So just make sure that when you're feeling your intuition, it's about the right emotions that you're feeling, and it's not through an anxiety or through a need to succeed for someone else. It's about your needs and wants, and what the universe wants for you, rather than what you feel someone else wants for you. All right, well, that's the next 2 weeks for you, my beautiful Capricorns. I hope this has helped and resonated with some of you. Remember, it was just a general reading, so it won't resonate for everyone. And if you could please like and share and subscribe, that would really help me out a great deal. I'd be really grateful. But if not, I hope I will see you again very soon. Have a lovely next 2 weeks, my lovely Capricorns, and see you again soon. Hello, my lovely Virgos. Thank you for joining me. Now, this is a reading for the 13th, the next 2 weeks. We've just come out of the new moon, and that was the dark moon. So if you've had any, emotional things coming up, some triggers, it's just usually shifting of energies, new starts. Hopefully you've been feeling some good and positive energy. We'll have a look. Look, you've got the Sight Fairy Ointment. Wonderful. I think that might be one of my favorite cards. This is the fairy tale deck from, I've forgotten now. Anyway, then we're going to do some oracle cards, and then we will do the tarot cards to confirm what's happening over your next 2 weeks. So what messages do we have for lovely Virgo? Oh, we've got thunder. Okay. And I'm just reading these cards in the upright. Oh, we've got 2 here. We've got many paths, and we've got water. So this is also, I don't know if anyone's got a placement in Virgo or anyone is connected to a Taurus, but these also came with the Taurus reading, so you might want to check that out. But okay, fairy ointment, let's see what we've got for you. Okay, I feel a real naivete is what the word they're giving to me, and I feel like you've actually gone back to some basics within yourself, where you've actually gone back and gone, I need, a little bit of a spiritual awakening, where I really need to go back to Mother Earth, back to what I know works for me, works for my inner peace, which is, nature, and which is sitting in the grass, if it's meditating, if it's yoga, if it's, if it's putting your feet in the pool, if it's, if you're in winter at the moment, then it might just be going out and, feeling the snow on your face. Whatever it is, but that's about touching nature and then spending time. It might even be your animals and just sitting there and patting them and reconnecting. And I feel like just your heart's singing and reconnecting. And I feel like you lost that connection for a while there. And I feel like there was a lot of shift in last year and a lot of turmoil, where you just knew that you had to find that balance again. And with that, you went back inside and you knew that you had to do something to find your own peace within yourself. And that's what I feel like you did. I feel like, you know, you knew that the peace came from inside, not from the outside. And so that's what I feel like you've got a lot of insight within yourself, and a lot of you did a lot of like the spiritual work. And I feel like with this one I'm getting with the thunder, and I'm getting the bulls, and sorry, they're actually oxen. Sorry, the guides are like, they're oxen. I was like, do apologise. And they're moving across the field, and they're telling me something about the oxen. They only move as slow as the fastest is the slowest, and can move, and that's how they survive. And they say they're saying that you sometimes have outpaced yourself, and they're saying you sort of like create, and they're saying this thunder you create, which is when the buffalo stampede is, you know, you can't stampede all the time. And I think that's what you found, was that you were stampeding through your life, and you know, you were just pushing, and that thunder overran everything, and you couldn't hear you know, what you were, you know, what your heart was saying to you and what you actually really wanted. And I feel like, you know, quite a bit of last year was like a drumming and a thunder in your ears, and you couldn't even hear yourself think. And I feel like this coming into this year is really insightful, because you know, this energy that's coming with you is one of being able to listen to yourself and really not listening to the crowd and not listening to the thunder of others. And then we've got the many paths, and this is the same as the Taurus. So you might have a Taurus placement, or you might have others, you know, a Taurus attachment. But this is about taking many paths, and you know, this is about you finding your path and finding your way back to, you know, central inside yourself, and finding the energy within, not listening to the outside crowd, finding it yourself. And I feel like you have gone back. I feel like you've stepped back from a crazy world. I think some of you have really stepped back from a business, some business perspectives, and really allocated your time in your life. Some of you have reallocated in your mind what you actually want out of life, and this is just really positive what you've done. And you can see that. You can see what you have created is this, you know, blossoming spirit, and this, you know, getting back to what you truly makes you thrive. And this is I do feel like many paths, and I feel like a changing path, and I feel like a lot of you are mid-change, and you know, had to change last year, but some of you, you know, really are forcing your own self to change, because you knew that what you were doing, you know, just dulled you and wasn't making you right. And you're also getting the water card, which was, you know, refreshing yourself with the water energy, and using the water to cleanse yourself and re-energize, and give yourself that really rebirth. And that, you know, they're telling me, you know, water, you know, it holds memory, and your memories, you know, you want new memories, so you want to replace that water, and you want to cleanse yourself. And you know, don't just cleanse yourself in the shower. Cleanse yourself if you can go out, and you know, even if it's playing in the snow, that's water. Ice is water. If it's, you know, if you're here and you're melting like I am, go and jump in the pool. Hopefully you can be near a beach or a creek, or you know, splash around in it. Whatever you could do to, I mean, if you're near a hot spring, oh, lovely, but just get some water and get some, you know, energy, get the saltiness, get the flavor of the energy, like that life energy is in the water. And they just want you to seize that and just envelop it, and really restore your body with that water. And they're saying a lot of you don't drink enough water. Please drink more water. So is that for you? Please do that. Okay, we're going to, yes, they want you to have these cards. So we're going to go here, and this is just for the next 2 weeks, my lovely Virgos. This is your messages about where we're headed. So that one's this one. Okay, so that's the Ace of Swords, One of Swords, sorry. That's the Queen of Wands. Oop. And then we've got the moon. Okay. Okay, so this is about cutting through things. I feel like cutting final cords with people and with situations that you finally just went, okay, I've done it. That's enough of my past. I don't need to look back. Moving forward, I really see you striving for the future. I feel like it's holding your head up high and just going, right, I can do this. I feel like new business, new careers, just new moves. And I just feel like, just movement around that's really positive. I feel like a lot of you saw situations very differently a year ago than you did now. You saw things, perhaps it was that you saw financial independence to be the main purpose in your life, and now you've changed it to family. Maybe it's about the career choices you made, that you were sure you wanted to do something and then you realized you wanted to do something else. I'm just getting that the reflection you had to take, and some of you even had some ill health going into this, to make you change and to make you change your viewpoint of, it was like looking at something upside down and your perspective changed. And this really helped you to quantify what you wanted to be and who you wanted to be with, and who you wanted to, end up like, and what your soul's saying what your soul purpose was in the end. So they're telling me that that's come with a lot of self-reflection. And so we've got the moon coming in here, and they're just saying, so you probably were of most of the signs triggered by the last with the new moon, and it was a dark moon, so it was very much about the contemplation and sort of meditating on what your what we call shadow work. Why do we learn lessons? Like why did we meet certain people? Why did we take certain actions? Why didn't we see certain things? And it was like, it's so we learn things, but it's so so we can grow, and so we can become better people. And it was this reflection, and I feel like you're still going through that, and there's still some triggers that you have to work through. Some of you, I feel like there's some anger issues and maybe some guilt issues that still, and some family, and they're saying family connection issues that still need to be sorted out. So this might be a week, the next couple of weeks, that those things might be coming back into you. So there might be some people or attachments that are trying to come back in, and you choose whether or not to accept them or not, or how to deal with them. And just, but because your perspective has changed, you will treat them and act differently, and so they probably won't know how to deal with that. Just if that helps at all. And yeah, this is the people they say they feel like you're running away from them and you're stealing things from them because they feel like you've taken your energy away. So I feel like a lot of you have left maybe some bad relationships, maybe even family ones, sort of removed yourself and your energy away, and people are reacting to that with a not so positive. It's like, oh well, and it's just like you're doing it for your own preservation, and it's because they haven't been giving you the right kind of energy and the right support. So don't take on, just because it's their perspective and it's because of their issue. So if that's resonating with you, that's for you. And one more card they're telling me, and so they're telling me this is the 5. So it's just a choice. You don't need to go in and explain yourself to them. It's about lifting yourself up higher and taking the greater, it's just like you have a choice, of course, and they've made their, they make their choices and you make your choices. So it's, don't engage is what their advice is, and don't take it to heart, because no, it's about them and not you. And as much as they want to make it about you, it's because they don't want to work on themselves, and it's because you're working on yourself that you do have this new perspective and this new energy that you are going to keep for yourself, rather than, you know, giving to others that aren't worthy of it. All right, well, if that's resonated with you, I hope it has helped. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely 2 weeks. And if you could like and subscribe and share, that would be really awesome. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks for joining me.